Shorty blinding my dreadlock in the end zone with the mad dot. One phone call, get it dead stop. I feel like I own the season. Say one thing, just give me a reason. Know you're mad, I'm undefeated.
Coach, the city of Philadelphia is one of rich history and passion, and you can always count on the ladder when you step inside Lincoln Financial Field. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Seattle Seahawks and the Philadelphia Eagles. Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. This is taken at his 4. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line.
Check 53. Check 31. Check 31.
Here's Rashad Penny, first carry for the former San Diego State Aztec. Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's second down.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
On second down, here's Penny. Good work to pick up 7 yards there. That gets him into a 3rd-and-1 situation.
And after that type of a run, there's some talking going on down on the field, but it's not trash talking. The guy who just carried the ball, he's going back and telling his offensive line, great job, keep it up, and we'll break that one soon.
So just play number 3 here on the opening drive, and it's an early 3rd-and-1.
Here we go. Let's go double count right here. Double count. Let's go. Here we go. Mike, number 53. Mike, 53.
Throwing is Wilson. And the throw there going to be incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin them back. Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. They will run for the first time with Miles Sanders. He'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 23.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Let's go. Mike, check. 59. Hey, wahoo. 59 Mike. Check. 59. It's going to be a long day. That's going to be done.
Throwing is Wentz. And a big loss here as he's taken down. The man wreaking havoc there, Gerald McCoy, the D tackle. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
49's a Mike. 49's a Mike. Great. Watch the slap. Shit.
No run call here. They'll look to throw instead. Escaping the pressure right. Credit that sack to Jabal Sheard.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. 12 yards on the return that time. And the Seahawks will have great field position to start this drive. They take over on the short side of the field.
Mike. Mike. You ain't got nothing. You ain't got nothing. Shit. Kill. Hey, turn it up. Slam. Run left.
Penny, a first down carry. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Tackled that time by Sidney Jones. You don't see that a ton, do you? The cornerback coming over to the middle of the field to make a run tackle.
That's someone with a ton of confidence to feel like nothing is pressuring him on his side of the field. Sees that the ball's moved to the middle and just sprints over there to help out. He ends up getting the tackle. Well played.
It'll be a pickup of 5, and that leaves him with 5 more. 3rd and 5 now.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Quick, 53 is the mic. I don't think you got it, son. Bang out. 53. Listen.
From the gun on 3rd down, Wilson. He lets it fly for Lockett, and that will be incomplete.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
And I tell you what, he got it from 58. That had lots of leg behind it. Myers, the AFC's Pro Bowl kicker from a year ago. He was 6 out of 7 from 50-plus last year, and he converts another one here. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Eagles take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
A quick first down pickup. Good start after going 3 and out on their opening drive.
1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Plays like we just saw there. That's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game. And that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
Now on 2nd and 13, Wentz. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down.
Granted, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Shotgun now for Wentz. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Sacked there by Jadeveon Clowney. And that is the third sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Man, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game, I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. Now, sometimes those punt returns can yield some unnecessary roughness penalty.
Now, I know a lot of guys, when they run a long way to execute a block or make a hit, they're going to launch it no matter what, and it can often cost them.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. To throw again. Wilson. That's caught by Howard. He's got a convoy, and he might be gone. And he is taken down deep in Philadelphia territory. It's a big play there for Seattle. 54 yards. An inaugural trip to the red zone here for the Seahawks. They've got a 1st and goal from the 10-yard line. They'll try and run for it with Penny. And he'll get about 4 there as he takes it from the 10 down to the 6.
Yeah, baby! Yeah! He is brought down by Nigel Braddock. A 4-yard gain brings up 2nd and goal at the 6-yard line.
3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Seahawk football here to start quarter number 2 as they come up now 2nd and goal. The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal.
Hey, here I come! Here I come! Here I come! Here I come! Bang, 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 bang!
This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down. Now from back at the 9 after that last play, this is 3rd and goal.
25, 53, Mike, man.
Now it's Wilson. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. Steven Anderson, his first touchdown on the year. Yeah, the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. Extra point up and through by Myers. And the lead grows to 10-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Already ready at the line. This Philly offense set to go. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on third down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a first down and change our momentum?
Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. Wentz. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. So it can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player. Not a chance at all. Way easier said than done.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. From the gun, it's Wentz. And that is incomplete. Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get to 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. Up at the 29 now, they'll head to the line, 2nd and a yard.
Hey, watch it, watch it. Alert 3, alert 3. Alert 3.
Hey, alert.
Wilson leaves this one with Penny. He finds an opening past the 40. Give him 14 on that one and a first down.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
Check 9. Gotta go, in and out, let's go.
Hey, we got Mike, number 53. Mike, 53.
Come on, boy. You better be ready. Don't be scared of it.
Now Rashad Penny.
Watch out.
And across the midfield stripe into Eagle territory. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
The last run got 9. That leaves them with 2nd and a yard.
Kill.
Run left.
53's the Mike. 53. Check 53.
Now they'll throw it with Wilson. That's into the hands of his tight end, Will Dissling. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 11 yards there, first down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Back.
Alert, flare. Check.
19. 14, got it.
Switch.
61.
Match box. Check. Mike, check 24.
Here's Carson. And tough sledding. He'll get maybe a yard. Stop short of the 35. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Yo. Tighten up. Joker. He's coming. Double up. He's coming. Double up.
They run it with Carson. And he'll be taken down at the 33, a pickup of about 4.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
The Seahawks on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5.
Let's go, D, let's go. Let's go. Let's get there. Mike, 53. 53, Mike.
From the gun, it's Wilson. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. Myers' kick is good. And that'll push the lead up to 13-0. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted, but I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yeah.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. So far, they've had 3 drives, 3 punts. Not good.
Not good indeed, because you've got to have something to show for being out on the field. Now, sometimes, if you have a game where neither side has scored, 3 punts isn't a bad thing. But when you're trying to set the pace, get up on top in a game, you've got to show better offense and find a way to put some points on the board.
Now, the first play of the drive there is incomplete. He was looking for Dante Moncrief that time. And now it's 2nd down.
Go. 280.
Right there, 54, Mike.
This by 7.
You know, we get tired of seeing me. Mike's 54.
Go.
So we got man. Hey, watch that. Check, run.
To throw is Wentz. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
The Eagles on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 10.
Trey 15.
49 the
Hey, exit.
Come off the ball,
Play fake to Sanders. Now here's Wentz. He rifles one that's intercepted. It's the former Patriot Devin McCourty. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Now that was a beautiful play. A pick 6. How would you punctuate something like that, partner?
What do you mean, with an exclamation mark?
Exclamation mark, a big word. What would you do with that?
Ampersand?
I like it.
Oh, and he pulled it right. It's no good. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. This will be fielded at the 8. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Gerald McCoy picks up his second sack of the afternoon.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. Play action. Now Wentz. And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts. That's their second, so they'll have 1 remaining here in this second quarter. We'll be right back. Eagles coming up here on a 3rd and long, so Wentz and company with some work to do after the sack.
49's the mic. 49's the mic.
Quarterback, don't get alpha. We ain't beginning to clear you up. Don't get
Now Wentz. And they're going to sack him yet again. The pass rush has been relentless. This time it yields a safety. And the safety there, another mistake, and these mistakes just keep piling up.
How many more can they make? They put themselves in such a massive hole now. Going to be difficult to dig out from under.
Yeah, for sure they can't afford anymore at this point. Now it's Lockett.
That's it, baby. We gonna work.
And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. On 1st down, Wilson, and he finds Penny. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. They go quickly here out to Moore.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
Check 53's, Mike.
That's right, baby. They don't want it.
Check 50. Check 50. 6 guys. Check 6 guys. He's crashing.
They'll run with Penny. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Came out in a power set, but that only served to put more men in the box. And guess what? If you're going to do that, you've got to win up front, right? Your offensive guys have got to beat the defenders. They lost all leverage on that play.
They go play action now. Wilson. Flush to his right. Now he's going to throw deep right. Got a man. It's caught inside the 10. A big play there just before halftime. 53 yards. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal.
Check three.
Here's Penny on the counter. And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. They'll try again on 2nd and goal after going backwards to the 12.
Check. Check. Hot.
Wilson toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
You got to give some credit. They're able to hop up in the air and bat that one away, and that's frustrating for an offensive lineman because the only recourse is when he goes in the air to try and give him some type of a pop or a shove, hoping to bring his arms down.
Hey, we got Mike, number 59.
On 3rd and goal, Wilson, end zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. Russell Wilson with 2 first-half touchdown passes. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. Myers connects on the PAT, and the route is on here in this first half.
Michael Dixon to kick off for Seattle.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be taken very short.
The Eagles take over 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Typically down to the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive, but they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally, you know me. I mean, you've been around me for a while now, right?
Unfortunately.
I'm sorry about that. But normally, I'm the one preaching patience.
Yeah.
You know, take your time. First half, you still got a chance. I think they're out of patience here. This has to be a drive that gets a touchdown. So if you're the play caller, you're going to that portion of the sheet that says big-time plays, specials, anything you can use to get yourself back into it.
On play action, Wentz. And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go.
Intended for Dante Moncrief. Shaquille Griffin there defensively.
So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40.
Mike's 5-4, Mike's 5-4. Mike's 5-4.
Hey, Delta.
Watch the run.
A final shot before half for Wentz. And complete to Zach Ertz. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This one taken from the 7. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line.
At their own 31-yard line.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete. Cody Latimer, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd down.
All right, that one fell incomplete there, but the best quarterbacks, they'll miss on 40% of their throws, somewhere in that neighborhood, similar to a great hitter in baseball who's going to fail 7 out of 10 times and still have a great year. In this case, you want perfection, but way better that it hits the ground instead of going to an opposite color jersey.
Now on 3rd down, that pass knocked down in the backfield and incomplete. It was Trey Flowers that time who got a hand in and broke it up. I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this 3rd quarter as he'll go for it on 4th down. Now Wentz. And it is incomplete. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Seahawks, they'll get the football back in outstanding field position. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Let's go, defense. Hey, who we got? Sponge. No.
They'll try and get the run game going. This is Penny. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. That'll set them back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13.
Let's go now. 10-2 stop.
Let's go. Let's get this ball back for the offense. Let's go. Check 26. Check nickel. Check.
Again, it's Penny. 8 yards on the run, and that cuts us down to a 3rd and about 5.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
Hey, high 7.
Check. 53.
Now it's the backup Tannehill. And that will be incomplete.
They had enough yards for the first down, but a clutch hit right there defensively. Jars it free. No first down.
Jason Myers on for the field goal. A 48-yard attempt.
And Myers able to knock it through. And they're sitting pretty now as the lead grows even further. So 3 field goals that he's hit now. This last one helps him stretch out the lead.
He's been solid, hasn't he? And he lives up to the adage that every offensive coach has ever said to us. We want to end every possession with a kick, right? For them, it's either extra point, field goal, or at worst, a punt. In this case, it's been 3s.
And not a bad return. Here he gets it out to the 25-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here, because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3, and that's exactly what happened there.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Drop deep.
Right back to Sanders on 1st down. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. On 2nd down now, it's Sanders. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started.
Hey, Haywood!
Back at the 45-yard line.
Wentz going to try and throw on 3rd. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down. Another drive comes and goes. Still nothing on the scoreboard.
Yeah, and when the second half comes, you know, it's real easy to get discouraged and wonder if you're ever going to get things started. But you just got to fight through it. Got to keep pounding away.
Still just the 3rd quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on 4th.
No. Off. Under 10. 10.
They do go for it. It's Wentz. And he's got Moncrief. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. 12 yards is the pickup. Good for an Eagle 1st down.
I remember in pregame when we were talking to him on the field, and he took his gloves off and showed us his fingers. A few misshapen ones in there, and now we know why, trying to catch those types of bullets.
That was a dart. Yeah, even for a talented receiver, those are tough to hang on to. Now this throw, it's complete. It's Moncrief with it. So not quite a first down just yet as they come up on second and less than a yard. Here's Wentz to throw. Caught by the tight end Ertz. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 23.
81. Hey, C6.
Wentz now on first down. Yeah, he finds his tight end. It's Ertz. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
How about the timing on that one? Boy, they were in sync, weren't they? Three-step drop, ball's out of his hands, right to the tight end. Nice completion, just like they do it in practice.
They'll run with Sanders. They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4. Second and goal from inside the 5.
A 4-yard gain brings up second and goal at the 4-yard line.
Right there, 54.
X3, 218, chopper. Black, come on.
Save.
Once again with Sanders. And he gets halfway home from the 4 down to the 2-yard line. This is third and goal. Still looking for the first points of the game.
Mike's 54.
Smith.
54.
Black.
I got you, boy. Check the backer, check the backer.
Shit. 5-7.
Hey, one set. Check Mike 54. Mike 54.
Hey, Foxtrot. Ram.
54, Mike 54. Mike's 54.
To throw, it's Wentz. And this is caught. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Eagles get a score closer. Now Wentz going to lead the Eagles up to go for 2.
49, guys. Mike, 49.
Wentz to the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete. Protection was great. He had time to set up a campsite, but in the secondary, though, they were ready.
And I think that in most places on the field, if you have that much time to throw the ball, someone's going to shake free and you'll find an open receiver. But condensed near the goal line on a 2-point conversion, all that exit, there's not any extra field. So it kind of closes in on them, and that allows you to cover a little bit better.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's second and 12. Here's Wilson to throw. He lets it fly for Lockett. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So apparently some grabbing there in the middle of the O-line.
I've often wondered why that doesn't happen more often for guys that play center. Having to snap the ball and then trying to get your hands into the proper position, that's difficult to do. He got caught that time.
Now they face a second and long following the holding penalty.
Watch safety creep. Watch safety creeping. Safety's creeping.
Hey, 0, 0, 0.
Now it's Carson trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. No gain on the play this time, and it'll be a 3rd and long situation coming up.
And it brings up 3rd down.
The Eagles call on the extra defensive back here as they prepare for a stop on 3rd down.
Check.
Now Wilson. Eluding the pressure right. He's going to let this go deep. Back over They've got his man. Complete. It's a big play there for Seattle. 47 yards. Boy, another big play late here for an offense, Charles, that certainly has had its fair share of big plays.
Coverage has been a problem all game long, and I would say that going along with that has been confidence. Because even if they had the right coverage, they've still dented them, and now it's been a real issue for them during this game.
They run on 1st down as they're able to get this forward for about 4. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
47's the mic.
Hey, we got to get this stop here, D.
47 Mike. 47 Mike. Mike 47.
Here's Wilson. This complete to Lockett. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down. Well, I'm sure he likes his performance a little bit better than last week. He had the 3 interceptions here, none in the 4th quarter, and he's got his guys in front.
Guaranteed he put in a tremendous amount of work this week, but maybe the matchup is just better for him. Sometimes it just doesn't work out. It's almost like those golfers. Certain courses fit their eye, and they like what they see, and other courses, as soon as they tee it up, they know they have no shot. Maybe that's the difference for him. Last week, no. This week, a big yes.
They're still throwing the football here. Now, obviously, the incompletion stops the clock. That's a bad thing.
Feels to me like they're just keeping them honest on defense because you know they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and try and stop any type of a running play. Short little passes may work in exchange of running plays. Keep the clock moving, keep them moving.
Yeah, I guess you're right. If they can get some 1st downs, just as good as running the football. On 2nd down, it's Drake. That will go as a pickup of 7 on the 7th play of the drive.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
Check. Let's go. Hey, we got Mike, number 53. Mike, 53. It's a party now.
Mike 53. 53.
Gun.
Tighten up.
Hey, easy, Mike.
Wilson now to throw on 3rd down. And that is incomplete. Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point. And they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. Wentz now on 1st down. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. Now, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
49, guys. Mike.
Back to the air on second down. Wentz toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. The linebacker, Bobby Wagner, able to get back in coverage and knock it free. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
Throwing now is Wentz. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden the secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
They're already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on fourth down.
49, guys. Mike, 49.
I don't even know.
Hey, wahoo! 49 to Mike, 49 to Mike. Hey, let's get in them home.
Porky, 82, Porky.
Mike's 49. Mike's 49.
Hey, we heavy on the edges,
Hey, Zoo.
The Eagles indeed snap it. Wentz. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Time to go, night. Whip. Watch the whip. Shift.
Hey, alert. Tempo.
A little jet sweep to start the drive. And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. Defensively, it was Avonte Maddox with the tackle.
Let's get it.
You go tight. You got tight right there.
Check.
Check 52's the Mike. Check 52's the Mike. Let's go, defense. Our time.
Hey.
Hey, check 24. Check. Kill.
Now it's Penny. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man.
Good job right there.
On 3rd down, Wilson. And he finds Howard complete. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. Now here's Jason Myers. He gets set for the Seahawk field goal. From the right hash, this from an even 40 yards out. Myers' kick is good. And that will just add 3 more to a lead that's already out of hand. So yet another field goal to end a drive. That has been a very common theme. He's now hit 5 of them in this game.
Yeah, Brandon, as an offense, you hate that you've had to call on your kicker so often, but you have to love the fact that time and time again, he's come through.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Looking to throw on second down. Wentz. And this is Moncrief for the catch. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. It's a first down on a gain of 10. Throwing on first is Wentz. Man open, it's J.J. Arcega-Whiteside. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A good pickup there, 21 yards. On first down, Wentz. And his throw here's incomplete. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
Man left, man left.
Hey, we got three,
Please punch 7.
49.
Bravo.
Mike, 49.
Watch a slant, watch a slant. Watch a slant.
Wentz to throw again. Wide open receiver complete. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. A gain of 13. It's a first down. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
Great 15. Go.
Mike 49. I'm here all day.
On first and 10, here's Wentz. And this is Latimer, complete. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
49, guys. Mike, 49.
Now Wentz again. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off at the 14. And a very good return as he takes us all the way up to the 35-yard line. Facing this 4th quarter deficit, felt like they had to throw the ball, and on the other side, they were ready.
No doubt about it. They're playing situational football. They look at the clock, they know the lead that they have, and all they're doing is playing pass on every down.
Playing the pass, picking it off, and now big time in the driver's seat. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup, let him get some time?
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. These guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
Watch twist.
From the gun, a give to Penny. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Now the Eagles will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Check Mike 47. In your face.
Gotta go, in and out. Let's go. 47's the mark. Short. Check, 47. Come on, baby. Let's see what you got.
36 power. One left.
From midfield now, here's Wilson. And he can't quite pick it. No interception so far. That probably should have been their first, but at least it's 4th down. Now here's Michael Dixon. He'll boot it away from about his 35. And no return here. This one's going inside the 15 to the 12-yard line.
At their own 12-yard
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in a game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. They'll run on first down. Sanders. He'll be stopped at the 35, but not before he picks up 7 yards.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3.
Five.
49.
Play fake to Sanders. Now here's Wentz. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The Eagles will take their 3rd and final timeout, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the ball game.
Go. 180. Man 5-7.
I'm coming after you.
Now Wentz on 3rd down. And he connects with Ertz. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That'll put him at 66 receiving yards now for the game, and he's got a first down. So the victory here for Seattle, and I think the game balls need to be distributed on the defensive side of the football.
If you hold a team